Hey everyone, today I wanted to share a free preset with you. This is my Matchless preset. I come from the high gain side of things, and since I joined this worship team August time frame, I've really changed the way I played and the way I treated dialing in patches. Obviously those guys are using a lot of Vox stuff, Matchless stuff, things like that, but and then, picking up, actually I've had this for a while, and then discovering just how cool this is in that genre. Obviously there's a lower gain pickup, but it's different. It really cuts through when I'm using this preset in particular, and the Vox ones too. So I've been using the Vox ones thanks to Worship Tutorials. Those guys, Brian Wall over there, has really shared some great presets out there. I've purchased some of those. And they really helped me kind of get comfortable with this type of sound, because it is different, so your playing has to be a little different as well. Cliff, in one of the firmware updates, put out this Matchless EF86 model, and they've had this DC-30 for a while, but then there's an EF86 mode. So something unique about Matchless, and I've never played through a real Matchless, I'm just reading up on them, is they have two dissimilar speakers. They're Celestions in the cabinet, but one is a G12H30 and one is a Greenback M25. The H30 is got a little more bite to it. The Greenbacks are a little mellow. So having that combination is really nice. I wanted to stick with stock IRs. My next video is going to cover the York Audio Matchless Cab Pack that he put out. Great pack. That's what I'm using live. I wanted to share this with you and then give you the option with stock cabs, but stay tuned for that video. They're really great. Now a lot of these guys have cab packs or have cabs within the Axe-Fx 2 and 3 stock cabs. ML Sound Labs, Owen Hammer, York, Buddy's stuff is in here. So on this stock one here, I've got a couple of his that he clarified for me. If you look on factory 2, 86 and 89, we've got Matchbox 2. It's got -L and -R, so that denotes the left and the right. He had mentioned that the AB on it, I was trying to figure out what that meant. D is position of the mic on the speaker. AB, they just added that to it. We don't really know what that means. So maybe some Fractal guys can tell us what that means. So I want to go through first just the layout quickly so you understand the preset. I do have an FC12 here, and I've got a per preset layout. And so what that means, I've just taken the Perform 1 and 2 layouts, and full disclosure, really learned a lot from buying Worship Tutorial stuff. So go buy their presets. They really have some great great layouts and how they do things. So this is a very stripped down version of that to make things a little bit more across, kind of an all-in-one preset. So if you look on the screen here and I go over to the FC controllers and then go down to Perform 1, you'll see that I've got basically, this is a global one. So when I select that, it goes to the layout 8, which is my effects, which is Perform 2. Tap, I always have my tap tempo here and tuner. That way I can do a hold and get to the tuner quickly, and then preset 1 and up and down, right? Preset +1 and -1, so going down, up and down 1 preset. Everything else is overridden by this per preset FC. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for all of these guys here. I like instant access that carries over from my Ground Control Pro and my Voodoo Lab stuff, my Voodoo Lab days. I have an instant access to here, so I'll do all my scenes on the bottom, and then I'll have instant access to turn off effects. I can also click over to Perform 2 and go to the just effects if I wanted to. So if things are a little more complicated and I had more effects, I would probably have all scenes over here for like a particular song, and then I'd go over to the effects and have, where I could just instant access on and off one. So if I look at that, I'll go to there. It's got this. If I go over to Perform 2, which is my effects, and you see I've just got a main that goes back to Perform 1. You can see all the effects that are in here. There's not that many in this. So you can get crazy. You can add some more effects to this preset if you want. So that is, and everything is, when I come in here to per preset, I override all these things, 3, 4, and then it goes to the effects. If you look, bypass drive 1. So I'm overriding these, and you can look on the overrides page and you can see everything has got its overrides as well. So if you don't understand all this, make sure you go and read the manual on the FC6 and FC12. So in this kind of genre, or I really like to have kind of stepping up in gain all the way to my lead. So my first channel I like to be, or my first scene, I like to be a breakup. So that's what this scene 1 is called, breakup. I have instant access up to reverb 1 and delay, where I can turn those off, right? If you see them turn on and off. So you can toggle between those. And the whole worship thing gets crazy ambient, so I'm not saying this is that kind of preset. This is just a matchless preset. So you can add all that other stuff if you want. I'm not in the business of creating these crazy presets yet. So I have tied the overall preset to the volume, my FC pedal 2 on this case. I do have a Mission Engineering expression pedal over on FC1, the input 1. So if you wanted, a lot of times what I like to do is either tie the mix or on the reverb or the delay. So if it's just too much, I can drop that down in the mix, whatever reverb. If you got multiple reverbs, which a lot of these bigger presets do, you got to kind of figure out how to tie that to that, or just make sure you dial them in the way you want them. So I'm on the bridge pickup here. You can hear there's quite a bit of bite to it. So if I wanted to, on this one, especially since it's just on that verge of breakup, I could just roll the volume back a little bit, A little bit still there, but I can also go to the front pickup and really cleans things up. So stepping up from that, I'm going to hit my scene 2, which is what I call OD1, and that puts in a tone of kings, or the king of tone, right? There's the pedal, and that distortion is I find it very warm. There's not, if you want to get some distortion out of it, some heavy, you have to crank it, and even then it's not a lot. So I've got, you've got mail.
You've got mail.
I've got the drive here. You see close to 4. You see I went to reach for my bar. That was kind of silly. Got a nice, I like that, it's just nice and warm. So stepping up to the OD2 is just going to give us more gain. I've stepped over to a T808 overdrive, not quite as much overdrive, and this is based off of the Maxon, I think, 808 clone. Not as warm, it's going to have a little more distortion. You can adjust how much you want, it depends on what guitar you're using. I play the same lick every time. My son and I laugh about that all the time. What's your go-to lick? Mine is this. That one. Or that. So it gives us a little more, obviously when you get up on the different pickups of the telly, it softens up a little bit. Then our last scene, and obviously I've got the delay toggled off here if you want, because that was kind of my rhythm thing. But say you're doing some lead line that's not your solo, because the lead scene coming up next gives us a boost. So you may not want that. So you want to, you know, kind of blend in and not have this thing just so overpowering. So I have a regular scene with just some overdrive to give it, you know. Then we're going to step up to the lead channel. This is engaging the parametric EQ. Same sound as the overdrive too, but what I've done is boosted up the level 2 dB. So I'll go back and forth between the two and you can hear the volume jump. It's just a couple dB, right? Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, leave me a comment, let me know how you like the Matchless amp, and I hope you enjoy this preset. You guys have a good week.